Murphy's alongside me. That's your helicopter you just landed on.
That's right.
Once again, after yesterday's race, where we had everything in dry conditions, what are we going to see in wet conditions today?
Everything more.
Yeah.
Yes. Very entertaining, isn't it? The Aussie racing cars never leave anything on the table in the dry, so anything's possible in the wet. We just saw a great display by the Formula 4 drivers. They handled those conditions very, very well. And it's up to all the Aussie racing car ladies and gentlemen to try and follow in their footsteps. Somehow, my confidence isn't as high.
A great day to be in the commentary box.
Yes, it is.
It looks like it's gotten a little bit heavier out there on the backside of the circuit here on the Gold Coast. They're on their formation lap right now. We only got 7 laps in yesterday with 2 safety car periods. And in the end, James Duckworth collected his 6th race win of the season to tie with Jay Robson, who retired early in the race. So Craig Woods will stay on the front row. These guys duking it out for this year's championship. Blake Skibberus and Kel Tressiter on the next row. Justin Ruger in fifth place yesterday on debut this year. Joel Heinrich alongside him. Reece Chapman and Kobe Bronte, who's back in an Aussie racing car at the page to Jeff Waters and Carl Ensby in his 2nd start. Charlotte Pointing collected the ladies' honours yesterday in 16th. Emma Clark and Todd O'Brien will start from the 10th row and down to some of the hard luck stories, including Ian Shivers, whose car was worked right through the night after that big crash on the exit down here in turn 13. Pretty much the whole car's been replaced for today. There was chassis damage, radiator damage. Everything's been replaced from the front end of that car, so he should be out for this race. And that's the conditions these guys are going to face over the next 11 laps.
Yes, visibility, as you can see there, a camera having a bit of a fog up. And on board there with Shivers, as you said, replaced plenty of bits and pieces on that car. Now, a bit of a difference here with Aussie racing cars. No matter if it's wet or dry, they run on the same tyre, don't they, Matt? The Kumo tyre.
Yeah.
It's an R-spec tyre, so it's designed to be used in the dry and also in wet conditions. So it's not a wet tyre as such.
But it got a good workout at Simmons Plains this year, didn't it? Those conditions were a lot wetter than what we saw and we're seeing today here, but we haven't had a wet race here in a long time.
We've all been doing the math on that one, and everybody was walking around yesterday and was talking to a lot of drivers going, they're all trying to work out when the last time is. And it sounds like it was back in 2002, seems to be the consensus on that one. So, you know, just a couple of years ago.
That big start line crash with the Indy cars wiped out nearly half the field, wasn't it?
Well, it could be that one too. So, to go back through the history books there.
Great to see the fluoro yellow and black number 111 of Adam Kasukio back in the field after his crash in qualifying yesterday. Our volunteer staff who were in some amazing conditions yesterday, not so today. About to let this field loose.
Got the right attire on there too, as our green flag waver at the back of the grid, getting ready for race 2 of the Aussie racing cars here for the Vodafone Gold Coast 600.
So 11 laps or a time certain finish, whatever comes first here today. Duckworth and Woods, Skibberus and Tressiter on the 2nd row. Turn 1 is where we're going to watch all the action. And we're underway. Cars stop at the back. That looks like Paul Faber perhaps. And Kasukio almost got him on the way through. Duckworth gets the advantage though on the run down to turn number 1. Are we going to go 3 wide? It appears that way as they skate their way down into turn 1, and somehow Craig Woods gets the lead.
Look at them over the top of the water, because there was a fair bit of aquaplane. The water at the apex at the exit of 2 going through 3, sideways action, all the cars behind. Skating, just skating through on this very, very damp asphalt.
Justin Ruger just comes out of nowhere now to take the lead. Returns the category. This is Brendan Tucker. And was there a moment for the number 4 car? It looked like it was labouring coming out of the hairpin. But the former Kumo Series champion leads us across the backside of the circuit from the 2nd row. And across the curves they go. We saw Tressler and Heinrich skip the first corner. But the black and gold Hertz and Rent-A-Car leads us down to turn 11 here on lap number 1.
It's so difficult as we've referenced. Oh, up the escape road. Duckworth goes through. So easy to make a mistake. They haven't driven in these conditions. No. Turn up straight out, a warm-up lap, onto the grid and go and start finding your way around this track, learning it every single lap. The differences between, obviously, the grip levels is enormous. Skipper is recovered there. He's way back now. Where is he? Does he come up on the screen yet?
Inside the top 10. He's okay. 5 positions. He's okay. Continue on with this. Rugia is away. Woods 2nd, and they've got a massive margin now back to James Duckworth, runs 3rd.
I can't believe that.
That's 5 seconds in 1 lap. From 2nd to 3rd, Kel Tressiter, Reece Chapman and Heinrich.
Rouge here obviously very comfortable and willing to put it on the line straight away. There's Robson. He's making a huge comeback. Had a DNF yesterday. We saw that car get... Oh, Duckworth has to go through the chicane. Got down there, realised he was travelling a bit too fast. Chose the better option, and Tressida followed him through.
Oh, no, Robson's gone.
No, he's gone. No, he's gone, but he's back. He dropped a spot.
That was mad.
He came from at the back of the grid.
Yeah, he's inside the top 10.
And he's inside the 10.
With the spin and win. Wow.
Tony Quinn having a bit of a lock-up there as he turned in for 4. The safety car, the medical car getting involved in the last corner.
Matthew McKittrick is spun on the final turn here, and now more damage on the Western Sydney cars.
Yeah.
It's Michael Rinkin. That Musselbrook Yamaha entry, car 71. Running back in 21st position. These guys already merged, some 28 seconds behind the field.
Yellow flags.
The safety car has been called. This will be for the McKittrick car.
Stuck in the last corner.
Yeah. And they're out to nearly 10 seconds, the front guys, on that lap. That'll all change.
Just unbelievable.
Just mad. There is the McKittrick car making his debut in car 28 this weekend. It's gone a lap down now in the process. So wild start. Justin Rouge, who qualified yesterday, 5th position, now leads the race from Craig Woods.
Very comfortable in the rain, clearly. And Woods was giving good chase. Very, very good chase. And was looking like he was on for maybe a slightly quicker lap on the one where the safety car came out. But look at the back of the grid, right at the top of the picture. Couple of cars.
It's Faber.
Man.
With the repaired 111 car that almost clipped him on the way through. This is the way it happened. Look the way Rouge just went down the inside. Duckworth. You know what happened there was he was just slowing down, anticipating what the conditions were going to be like down.
He was limiting the risk big time, and Rouge took advantage of it. So on board. Just a nice, easy getaway. No wheel spin. So he drove it away just like a road car, didn't he? Nicely done. And then
you'll see the 78
on the road. So he was playing the cautious route as he went down to one and around the outside.
Wasn't expecting the 78 to sneak down the inside here of Rouge from the second row. Here it comes now, dives down the inside.
Yep. And Woods runs it. Oh, he had a moment, so didn't he? And
Rouge got 2 for the price of 1 on the exit here.
Yeah.
This is from Tucker. Absolutely nil vision in the front.
11,
the 4. It is, that's turn 4.
Sorry, turn 4. Man, it's hard to see out the windscreen.
This was the Jay Robson. You got on that curve, there's that puddle that's washing away, but no, he missed it completely.
Beautifully. Well done on awareness of which way the steering wheel was pointing. I'm going to give him benefit of the doubt. I don't think that was luck. I think that was good management.
I think he might agree with you.
Yep, I'm sure he will. And then this is the run.
The drive, he got out that turn.
Yeah, that was incredible, wasn't it?
Just took the lead by the time he got to the Virgin Australia Beach chicane here at Surfers Paradise. It was Toby Ron today.
Robson coming through.
Backside of the circuit here, we've seen plenty of action, particularly in Formula 4 this morning. This is Ben Wilcox in the Wilcox Engineering entry. Sideways through the chicane.
Look at the fog on his windscreen. Managed to keep it pointing in the right direction.
Man, very lucky. It's a Vodafone safety car. Pulls away from the field. We're going back to racing with 9 still to go. Race 2 of the Aussie racing cars. Another one to come up today with the reverse top 15. It's become an incredible addition to this series over the years. Look at the water on the windscreen of James Duckworth.
Look at the ducting. So they've got all that ducting heading to the screen. They've prepared well for Duckworth.
That's the PVC pipe on the end of it.
It's right. Must have found a bit of a work site somewhere on the way to the track this morning. We'll grab that.
Oh, this is going to be hairy, Murph.
It is, mate.
Rows of 2.
Tressida on the outside. Look at, they're all getting anxious on the throttle.
Speedway style restart here in the Aussie racing cars, and Rouge gets the jump here nicely in the black and gold Hertz Rent-A-Car. The Western Sydney Motorsport entry will lead us down to turn number 1. Look how heavy it is out there now.
There's more water down there, you can see. Oh, sideways aquaplaning. Very committed. Woods is committed. Tressida. He makes the move on Duckworth. Down to 4. And sideways again under brakes. He looks comfortable. He's willing to give it absolutely everything. Tressida runs really wide at the exit. The rest of them stream through.
He's got a bit of a gap, hasn't he, already? Back to Woods. Tressida ahead of Duckworth. He's now got young Reece Chapman pushing him along. Race winner at Barbagallo in Perth earlier this year. Runs back in 5th position ahead of Joel Heinrich and Kobe Rontonay, who's glued himself into this battle. Nearly halfway home as now he takes to the inside of the Virgin Australia chicane.
Yeah. I reckon Duckworth's really struggling. I'm not too au fait with what you can do with the setup on these cars. I'm sure there's plenty of adjustments you can make. And it looks like Duckworth's just not comfortable at all as they come off the beach sideways. Look at them aquaplaning! Oh.
And it's Rontonay.
Wow.
How we didn't have 3 or 4 more cars than that, we'll never know. The Platinum nightclub entry.
And he's only just touched the wall as well. He'll get away with that one.
I was watching Skibberus, you were watching him. They almost both went around in unison.
Just the way they just lit up halfway out of the corner. Oh, halfway down the straight to 12. And they're little lightweight cars with a reasonable amount of power, and it just lit up the rear tyres.
Oh, no, it's
big
Woods.
crash.
Woods has hit the wall on the pit side of the circuit. He'll limp that car down to turn number 1. Conditions out there are getting dangerous for these cars.
He can't see where he's going, obviously. Well, if he can, it'd be a shock.
Oh.
Yeah, he needs to just get on the brakes and pull it up. Now he can see, because the bonnet's fallen down, but he's not going to continue racing, is he? No, the wheel's hanging off it.
He's going to make contact here.
Yeah, he needs to just get out of the way. You've got to be kidding.
Called the yellows again. The Vodafone safety car has been called once again. We caught the tail end of that crash, didn't we? So it was
he was by himself, wasn't he? Because he still managed to come down the straight in 2nd place, and now he's dropping back through the field, but massive amount of damage. It is game over. That's for Craig Woods, I would have thought. Rontonay, his car going nowhere as well. Mustn't be able to get it started or get reversed. It doesn't look too bad in damage-wise.
Just full of water.
Yeah.
That was Duckworth going through the chicane on the backside of the circuit. It was on the exit of turn number 11 where all this started to happen.
Look down the inside.
Of Joel Heinrich.
Yeah.
And there was Skibberus in the background here, the Millennium Group entry on the exit of this turn.
So he pulled this off really well, Rontonay, but then he comes out, there he is, side by side, sideways, and then it just what? Oh, and it was only a minor touch.
Yeah.
So it's unclear of why he wasn't able to get that car going again.
It's just pulls the wall. It's
Here
the
we go.
replay,
Oh,
so he was aquaplaned.
I think he did.
Right across the track, where all the grid markings are here. But he was right across the wall on the opposite side, which you don't usually see.
So had he aquaplaned earlier and got the car ended up over that side and then made the contact, but a lot of water. So he crossed the line in 2nd.
And absolutely no vision, but great exposure for Kia
Look
Penrith.
at the way the wheels are pointing on that thing.
Yeah.
The front, she's got a bit of toe out.
There's about 6 cars queuing up to go past him.
Yep.
As he just tags the back of Kel Tressida down into the turn 1 chicane.
That was lucky. Tressida didn't end up turning the thing around going through turn 1 and 2.
It's not what he needs. He needs points right now to stay in contention with 2 races to go this weekend after this, and then Newcastle, with no one has experience at.
Look at this, just disintegrating around him. But the front suspension of the car.
Oh. Just to add a bit more to the mix, a big oil slick. Looks like on the exit of the final turn.
Yeah.
As it comes a Kia Penrith entry.
I think we can tell where it's coming from. I hope they're aware of that, because that does not need to be going any further. They're just trying to clear the bodywork, but he can't keep going. Someone's got to stop that car from going out.
I'm surprised. There's a lot more damage there.
Oh, it is. The wheel. Look at the wheels.
Yeah.
No. Look at the oil.
There it is.
There's the call.
And he shut it down. His race is done. And a lot of work to do with only a couple of hours before the next race. It's just pouring out the back, isn't it? It's like the Exxon Valdez has come to Surfers Paradise.
We'll go down to the lane. Cameron.
I've just been standing on the spot watching that unfold. Woodsy certainly getting wild out there.
Man, I just can't cop a break in this wet weather, eh? I just hit a patch. The car was fast, man, but just hit a patch of water and I was just a passenger.
Now, you were trying to keep that thing running then as well. There's oil spewing out of the thing, as you can see down there as well. They're pretty resilient, but I don't think they're that resilient.
No, I don't think so. I was hoping my luck would fall my way. It was just the bonnet, but I think the steering's buggered. I think the radiator's got a leak, the oil's leaking. It's game over.
Give us a quick insight into just how worse the conditions got throughout that race, because it looks like the rain's really starting to come down now.
Yeah, after the safety car, we had no vision. We had no steer, and off the corner was just oversteer. And down the straight, man, it was just treacherous. Yeah. Mate,
we'll hopefully see you later on. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
I think it's just a big patch of water. I don't think he hit a particular patch. Man, we've got an ocean out there at the moment.
He knows there's championship implications for that incident. The 33-year-old from Sydney is out of this race as it continues to team down here on the Gold Coast. Back to another restart. Still with 6 laps to go, but certainly heading towards a time-certain finish. Rugia and Tressida this time lead us back to the green, and this time
Duckworth. Look at Duckworth, how he just as soon as he put the foot down, he's just backed right out of it. He's got, look at our race leader.
They're using the ultimate inside line here, heading to turn number 1. That wasn't planned. Oh, the water now for that curve.
He was sideways the entire way down the straight, and look at this. Yeah, we've clearly got so much more water on the road now than what we started this race with.
Scotty O'Keefe and McKittrick in his second incident of the race.
Yeah. Oh, that's
huge damage to the triple
sizable amount of damage there. So a few laps remaining, but with the conditions the way they are and the clean-up on this one, it's unlikely we'll see another restart. Just checking that both the drivers are all good. Very strong, these little Aussie racing cars.
And that was right at the back of the field that incident happened. Of course, McKittrick was still coming back from the back of the field from that earlier incident in this race. Replay again, he caught the back when he was drilled. He was drilled. High speed impact, and it's just missed. It's got the back of the car. Can you imagine if that got the door? Troy Dontis was going off in the wall on the opposite side in the 5th Western Sydney Motorsport
He's looking
car.
out the window too, trying to get it started. Oh, he got hit
2
twice.
cars. So he's probably got in that same spot where Woods went off. And watch this.
Oh.
Matty Dunstan gets the side of it, and then bang, in goes McKittrick. Wow. What's your take on that?
Luck. Bad luck, and then luck. It clearly visibility, a big issue for the drivers out there in the current conditions. So it has strengthened at the moment, hasn't it? Got a lot of water coming down on the racetrack.
So Vodafone safety car is back out the circuit. Justin Rugia, who was water skiing his way down to turn number 1, he was in the pit lane trying to control that car.
He was, I can't believe his level of commitment.
Certainly the bravest out of the field so far today.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, he has got no spray. He can see more than what the other drivers behind can. As you said before, they run on a tyre here that's built for all the conditions. But struggle out there no matter what tyre you're on, considering how much water is on the road. But the visibility has played such a huge part, as we've seen out the cameras on quite a few of the Aussie racing cars. Visibility, the fogging, and there he is. Fantastic to see.
Wow, and waving to the crowd and counting his lucky stars.
Yep, that's a deep relief.
McKittrick in the foreground of that shot. The race has been declared. The checkered flag has come out on this one. The big fella is out of car number 222, one of the many Sydney-siders in the field. But the win goes to Rugia, just like that, in the attrition-filled race in these really testing conditions out there today from Blake Skibberus and Kel Tressida. We'll confirm them in just a few moments. 8 laps only. We've just passed the time certain finish. after that big incident on the main straight here between O'Keefe and McKittrick here. In race number 2, we'll take a look at how they finished. Rugia, less than a second. It's a race finish under safety car. Skibber a second, Tressiter in third, Reece Chapman in fourth. Jay Robson got to fifth after that drive from the back and the spin. Gets a fifth place in this race. Joel Heinrich in sixth, James Duckworth, Lee Bowler, Jeff Waters and Wilcox completing the top 10. Adam Kasuchio in 11th, Brendan Tucker, Craig Thompson down to Tony Quinn in 16th, and Matty Dunstan, who clipped the back of that 222. Lucky to get through that incident. Ross Higgins in 21st. And then the heap of DNFs towards the back. Rontone, Paul Faber and Ian Shivers, who didn't get that car out. Hopefully we'll see him for race number 3.